Greetings, Commanders! Welcome to Kerrash Landing, the Elite Dangerous community show. Yes, it's Friday night. It's crush time. How are you all doing? It's lovely to see you all in the chat. So many shout-outs I'm going to do. Very good. We have Dirk D, FireyToad. You have Ian, XLG, Adamantium, AR Beaumont, Commander Splat, Commander Fosdyke, Digriel, DJ Tarjan, Drathos, Fierce Mike, Frambitam, Greener Lantern, okay, Icefire, Jimbo, JJ Smashing Pumpkins, Kirel, Mike Snoz, Nazarite, Paul Archer, Retrock, Scepter, how you doing, buddy? Tayamaru, Tao Min, and Zaranil. Lovely to see you all in the chat. Gotta have for the mug. Lovely to see you in the chat. Thank you very much for joining tonight. How has your week been, everyone? How have you been? Have I got an awesome guest? I did have an awesome guest. Unfortunately, they couldn't make it, and I apologise for that. And I wish them all the best. I would love to have them on again at some point in the future. I know they desperately wanted to be joining us tonight, but unfortunately they couldn't join us. So hopefully again soon in the future. Surviving as always, Scepter. I hope you're enjoying the game. Scepter, for those of you regulars in the chat, 'cause I know I've got a lot of regulars. Scepter, you've been getting into the game quite a bit more recently, haven't you? And we've been chatting away on TeamSpeak, which is been kind of nice to impart a little bit of knowledge onto people, not just yourself, but obviously the other guys in the TeamSpeak as well. And it's really, really great for me as well, because I'm kind of going back and realising that, damn, there's so many cool things that I've missed early on in the game, because I've been through it, you know, from the very beginning. And it's nice to go back and try some of these the different mission templates and things that I just blitzed past, you know, which is nice. You've had a good week, thankfully. That's good, Snoz. That's good. Plans are coming together. Hopefully. We won't. We'll keep stum. We'll keep stum. We won't say anything. Knowledge from me? No. Yeah, lots of regulars in the chat. Yes, it's lovely to see all you regulars, and it's lovely to see so many channels crop up now, isn't there? Which are everyone's like, elite. What's this all about? You know, it's something to do with these alien things. Do you think maybe? Might be something to do with that, but no, it's absolutely fantastic to see the interest in Elite kicking up on there. It's lovely to see all those channels coming out, and it's, you know, it's something I've always said from the beginning. It's just lovely to see so many people show an interest. Oh, I still need the green owl plates on this one. Yeah, I've gone back to a little ship because it was just fun. It was just fun. I was doing this. I was playing with Bindle, and we had exactly the same ship, so that we wouldn't end up getting separated. Went off and just did some random stuff. So yeah, it was nice to try something different. And naturally, as you can see, the chrome paint job, which was part of the holiday special packs that you got on there, and you can see extra shiny now. Extra shiny, because that was one of the things that people said. It was like, oh, the chrome doesn't really look good enough, blah blah blah. Well, it's in 2.203 there was a update to the shaders for the chrome and gold skin, so they look extra sexy now. I like that. Looks nice. Looks really nice. Although I may end up losing this one because I've been a naughty boy. I got some missions to hand in this system nearby, but I might be wanted there. I shouldn't say that in front of Scepter. Yes, I know. I am in my private group, but then he's in my private group, so I'm just waiting for him to come along and just totally gank me on stream now, which would be just my luck, really. Well, I probably deserve it. There's nothing wrong with the adder, that's right. It's not as boxy as the original adder, but it's still, you know, It does its job. I mean, I find it's just got that nostalgic value to me, definitely. I think it was the first ship that I went to Sajay in. So, am I on solo? Did I go to solo? Oh, I did go to solo. I was going to say that would have been just you know, my just desserts really to get ganked. Yes. Oh, watch out! You've just watched the Obsidian Ants video about the format on Rift Alpha mission. Was that at the end of the newsletter, or was that one of his other videos? Because he's put out quite a few videos about those topics just in the last couple of weeks on there. Hug Monster, greetings, Commander. Nice to see you there. I was going to say, wanted. Nats is coming after me now. I was such hiding in solo. I got to open play if you want. I really don't care. I got to open play just for the shiggles. I'll tell you what. I'll drop out. I'll drop out a cruise here, and we'll go to open play, just because. Just because. Why the heck not? And I'll get totally stream sniped. Yes, Mrs. K's in the chat. And Jake, some love for Jake. Yeah. Is he listening? Jake. Don't know if he's listening. All right, here we go. Oh, slow down. Oh, come on. Ooh, right here. Okay, just for you then. That's. I don't know whether I'm anywhere near you. I don't know if Scepter wants to risk going into open play, because I know you. Well, I won't say, but yeah, I know you was close to the wire, weren't you? Nobody wants to go in open play. Hugmonster, yes, I do get stream snipe when we play CQC. Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, that's all part of the fun, isn't it? And it didn't work when we were playing. What did we call it? What was the game we came up with? It was Capture the Crash, wasn't it? That was ridiculous, but at the same time, so funny.
Zorgon Peterson, Kilo Echo Romeo. This is Federal Flight Control. Request docking if you wish to land.
Roger that, flight control. I am in no way wanted, and I will not go silent running as soon as I get within range.
Request approved. You are clear for approach to pad 1-3.
Yeah, Nats. That's a good thing, yeah. Like you said, you're going to revisit some of the smaller combat ships to see how the new military slots work. I have been having great fun with... I jumped into the Federal gunship. Which is obviously it's a bigger ship, but you know, with the military slots on there, it really is interesting now. I must admit, you can customize it more. It's a bit more of a flexible ship for doing other missions and things, but you can still kind of maintain that combat superiority, which is an interesting thing. So, which is why I've been going back and kind of messing around with different ship loadouts and doing some of the different mission types and stuff. Because
moderate traffic in this sector.
I can see the traffic. Okay, yes, okay, flight control. I'm trying to talk, Jesus. Here we go. Make way for larger vessels. What's she trying to say? Is she commenting on the size of my adder? Whee! Whee! Ooh, 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 ooh. Full reverse thrust. There we go. Temperature critical, yes, I'm aware of that. Not quite long enough for the flight control to turn around and moan at me saying, we've lost you off the radar. Captain Fluffy, what are we doing tonight? I have a couple of little missions I have to hand in. I would love to get my federal rank up, because I'm right on the threshold for my federal rank mission, so if I can get that, that would be great. And hopefully, all going to plan, I can jump on some CQC later if everyone's interested. Even the Eagle has a size 2 slot. Yeah, that's what's cool about it, is even the smaller ships are you know, military ships have got the slots. Right here. I will just need to pause for 1 second and go to the back soon screen. Hang on 1 second.
Hello, everybody. How are you? Oh, and don't. It's Friday. Yes. Ah, very secret plans. Yeah.
Silly crash face. Yes! I forgot to unmute myself, didn't I? Too many buttons and not. I'm a total wazzer. I know. It's the FireyToad. They could all hear you. That's okay. They didn't want to hear me.
That's what matters.
Yeah, I mean.
They don't need to hear you, do they? No.
Oh. No, I mean, no. It's only me. Never mind. Yeah. So it's been a bit of a hectic week. I mean, you've seen some of the things on the forum, haven't you, buddy? It's the usual.
I won't repeat myself here. This is a family channel.
We're just before the watershed. It's okay. But there's Phoenix to fire there, crashing my crash face. And I said, Prime 9, greetings, Commander. Lovely to see you there. Oh yes, the usual salt and wine and cheese, which it always happens, doesn't it? There's always something.
No idea how anything works.
No. I mean, I think that's the nice thing. I think is it, particularly with the guys in the chat right now. I know all of my regulars. I know it. We can sit here, we can talk about it, and we can have a sensible conversation about it. But as things are in the internet, they just blow out of all proportion. Everything's always just kind of. Snoz, it's Mr. FireyToad.
Hello, Mike. How's Alvin?
Alvin. Gotta do it. Yes. So we'll jump through. There's a couple of little bits and pieces. We'll jump straight into the newsletter. Why not? As I've managed to successfully hand in my mission now.
Well, I haven't got my copy, so I'll get mine tomorrow afternoon.
Oh, let's go ahead and we'll share this in then. Yeah, there is the usual delays on the various bits and pieces. So let me go ahead and share that with everyone. Here we go, and we'll get it up on the screen right now. Newsletter 158. So people may have noticed in my cockpit. Let's go back to the game really quickly. I just said, look,
have you got a new bobblehead?
Little bubbly there, a little bubbly there. And but look, they're so cool. They're so good. They spin as well. They rotate on the axis, and they reflect the light off all the things on the HUD, like there, and the hologram there, and all it. It's brilliant. I love it. It's brilliant. So click the link if you want it. It's great. I love those. Anyway,
is it of the pale blue, or is it green on the Coriolis?
The Coriolis, it's kind of got like the faint blue glow inside it, right. But it does actually reflect whatever your cockpit HUD color is as well. Yeah. So that's pretty cool. I like that. Love it. I'm also saying loud noises on the internet. Yes, of course. Yes. There's always loud noises on the internet, isn't it? Always those. It's just the extremes of either argument. You can never have a sensible conversation on the internet. I mean, it wouldn't be the internet if you could have a sensible combination. And there we go.
It would be a nice change.
What's that DJ saying? If you want to call off the alien invasions, you killed the evil overlord Smurf. That's it. You're wanted man now. Wanted man. I did try warning everyone. But no, they wouldn't listen to me, would they? Would not listen to me. Anyway, newsletter 158, I think the big headline news, we have been talking about this before, I think you're aware of this as well, Toad, is the Elite Dangerous RPG. The Kickstarter is live! It is.
Yeah, at last it's live. Yoo-hoo!
And I think it hit something like 60% of its funding, like really quickly. I think absolutely, it really zipped through. So that's pretty good for a start. And then you tend with these things, you get that kind of S curve, don't you? There's that,
the initial, peak.
Yeah.
From like, look, there's something here, and then.
And everyone just kind of sits back and watches and waits, and at the last minute, everyone's like, bid, gotta pledge. Shameless advertising. You've got a shameless advertising. It's right there. It's right there. But yeah, I think loads of people have already bought those Coriolis bobbleheads. Actually, they're fantastic. It's nice to see something different coming in the bobbleheads because we've all been asking.
So are we going to get Celius and Oculus and Orbis one soon then?
I hope so. It'd be nice to see all the different variations. There's lots of in-game objects that can be used for these kind of things, so it'd be nice to see. Just a mug. I just want one mug, please.
A mug.
Please, a mug. Gotta have a mug.
Well, if we're going to go down that route, then we need an Ed bobblehead, we need a Zach bobblehead, we need a Bo bobblehead, we need a Dav bobblehead.
Yeah, Prime 9. We need Prime 9 on there. We got
Evian. Yeah.
I think someone just.
We'll have them. Adam bobblehead.
Oh, someone just got shot inside the hangar there, so I'm just going to disappear really quickly. There we go.
Just seeing the delay in your face, you're looking around.
Kind of like, what the heck? Was it me? What do we?
Like a little squirrel going, oh, nuts.
Squirrel.
Shiny.
Yeah, you know me with shiny things. You know me. Yeah.
Yes.
Dear. Josh Attack is involved with other. Josh Attack. Josh Attack is. He's doing the RPG. Oh, I can't believe I'd missed that. Oh, I just silly crash. Did you see?
We need a Thargoid bobblehead too, Prime.
Yes. Yes. What I really don't know what those look like. What do they look like? I have no idea. Oh, the ship. Oh, yes, of course, the ship. Yes, yeah, we know what that looks like. Yeah. Not anything else. Anyway, did you see the canon uncle the other apparently moans about Solo being nerfed at the ruins? Got a response from Michael saying, "Oh yes, Stephen Usher, yeah." So that just to fill everyone in on it. So there was the recent event going on at the ruins where people had to take the objects to the obelisks, scan the obelisks, and then you get this data decoded.
Bugged.
Yeah. So
it's bugged. It's not Solo. It's just bugged.
It's
unfortunately.
Yeah.
I think 13 scared crashes out.
Yeah. I went there. I managed to get one or two things scanned and took them back and cashed them in. So that bit worked for me. But there's it's got multiple problems with it at the moment. But as Michael Brooks was saying in the forum, he popped in and said that actually the way it's working in Solo was the intended way, and the additional scans that people were getting in private and open play were not correct. It shouldn't be doing.
Yeah.
And I noticed that is like literally you can just be sat near someone else and they'd pick up your data, which is like that's
right. It's not working as intended.
No, which is unfortunate because it was a really cool idea, but it's just.
Well, it'll get fixed.
Yeah, I'm sure it will. Yeah.
It'll get fixed. You know, it's what works in a testing environment.
Exactly.
Doesn't survive first contact with users.
Yeah. And as Dav was saying on the live stream this week, it's like his least favourite thing is NAT, isn't it? NAT.
Yes,
not
NAT,
new NATs,
yes.
not new NAT.
Yes.
No, just NAT. Yeah.
Network address translation.
Yes, those pain in the ass. I know. I feel his pain. I know what they're like.
I do too.
Pain in the backside. Absolute pain in the backside. But yes, as academics just saying in the chat there, 37k they've just blitzed past on Elite Dangerous RPG, which I believe is the goal 45. I think it is 45, isn't it, for the first like the baseline goal. It's like, let's get to 45, we'll get it out there, and then there's lots of different stretch goals that they've kind of advertised that might be coming out as well. So there we go. On the subject of the CGs, let's find the next thread I wanted to go through actually on the. Here we go. So let's make this a little bit bigger for everyone to go through. So yes, people may have been aware that there was a community goal which was launched yesterday and ended yesterday. Oops.
Was this one to turn in unknown shards and some
scans,
maybe?
Yeah. So in the Procyon system, there was just a quick community goal that came and gone in no time at all. We just handed, as you can see there on the screen, we've got the that doesn't seem right. Was it shield pattern analysis? This is the new one now, isn't it? I think there's a bit of crossover. I've noticed in the newsletter this week, it seems to be reporting the stuff that you needed for last week's goal and this week's goal. Anyway. But anyway, yes. So you had the fragments. You had a couple of things. It was like aberrant shield analysis and a couple of things like that. Anyway. The problem was, I think Frontier massively underestimated the participation in this particular community goal,
Just
and it was
ever so slightly.
It was said and done in about 12 hours. And these things happen, but in all fairness, they've done a fantastic job today, and they've rushed in and got a second community goal in there, which is now, I think this is going on to the ancient data again. Is this, or is that, no, that is the other one. It is on the galaxy map, I believe.
If Anton wanted the ancient data,
he does want the ancient data. As Brian knows today, networks always tits up. Yeah, that's a much better one. I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
It is.
I like that one.
Yeah, it is runtime. I think so. I think he wants the pattern analysis of like the alpha, beta, gamma, or the obelisk data, things like that in there. So hopefully you can get that. Captain Fluffy got 25 million for that community goal. Yeah.
And it's hard to make money in the Elite Dangerous.
Apparently so. This was the thing. I mean, like I said, I've been helping out some guys on the TeamSpeak server this week, and this is exactly what Bindle said to me. He's like, I can't understand. He's basically started playing in the game the last few weeks, and he's like, and I said, well, people complain it's too hard to make money. He's like, how can they say that? It's like he's zipped through. He got like 2-3 million credits just doing a couple of things with me and just doing random stuff, and it's crazy. It's like I'm working on my my federal rank and zipping around. It's like I was thinking to myself, it's like now it feels like I'm going through this, and it just seems like a bit of a slog to get. And it's because I'm focusing too much on that one bar. I'm just doing that one thing. I'm just doing that. It's like ignoring all the rest of it and kind of missing all the scenery. And it's like if I had done this from the very beginning and thought I'm just going to go along and do a little bit of this and a little bit of that, it all would have just kind of accumulated as I've done it.
But as I said, before my stream, is that if you choose to do a particular thing, you focus on I want this goal. I want to be in combat elite. I want this the naval rank or whatever it is you want to set yourself on. Once you say I want to do this, you can't moan about how long it's going to take or how much of a grind it is.
Exactly. Yeah. It's just
because you chose that particular thing to do.
Yeah, that's what you set your mind on, and that's what I was thinking to myself. It's like, well, no one's forcing me to push that little progress bar along other than me. So if I want to do it, I've got to knuckle down and do it.
Yeah. Oh.
And kind of when I kind of put that to the back of my mind and just started doing the random missions, and I kind of realised that a lot of these missions, they're actually really fun just to do these these little things. Ooh. Is that my progression one? Federal Navy supply mission.
That'll be the one.
And I haven't got enough cargo space. Right, I need. Oh, damn it. The
good thing is if you keep on going, it still increases. Your naval rank still goes up. The progression still goes up.
It's still keep accumulating in the background. I did a few extra missions after I'd done it. So. Can I there's typical. I'm in the little ladder and I haven't got enough space.
How much do you need?
20.
Shields? Bye-bye?
I could get rid of my shields, that would give me 16.
Get rid of the
buggy. That would just be enough.
Yeah.
And I can boost and run and run and run. I might be able to make it. Where was it to? Of course, I'm wanted in this system as well, so I've got to get. Yeah. It's to an outpost. It's 13 light years away. I think I can do that. I reckon I can do that. Let's go for it. If it all goes completely tits up, then there we go. I don't need my fuel scoop for that, so let's swap out the fuel scoop.
Or might as well because you're still delayed.
Pardon?
Still delayed. That's right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I can leave the shield generator on, and I can just swap it the buggy. The buggy. It's an SRV toad.
It's a buggy.
Right, how much does that give me? I think that's just barely enough. Let's do that. Oh, and I've got some the old lovely commodities, which now everyone discards and throws away because they don't want them anymore.
No.
Oh, is this going to be enough? Am I going to get to post commander tonight? I should be well pleased if I get to post commander. That's Oh, hostile ships. Oh, I'm not cordial with these people here. I didn't see that. And I'm so close to it as well. I'm so close.
Well, at least you know the missions are generating.
It's there. Yeah, it's there. I
Yeah,
tell you what, I will. It's trolling me. I can just imagine Prime sitting back in his chair, laughing his ass off at me right now.
I'm laughing.
I could buy a Type 6. Yeah, Dirk. It's right.
Well, you could buy any ship you wanted, but you can't get that naval mission.
Right, swap that back in. Fuel scoop, transfer, chuck it back in there. Yep, chuck it in there. And there was one more. 8. There we go. Might as well swap it back in.
Yeah.
Oh no. Transfer. No, doing it the wrong way around. You can see I've got a couple of little widgets in there. I can tell you where that frame shift drive is, can't you? 61 hours. I wonder where that is.
Is it maybe in Colonia?
Yeah. I might have left it there. Yeah. Raced back. Transfer that there. There we go. Right. Fuel scoop back in business.
Twiddling with anything behind the scenes to cause this, although it's a darn good idea. One moment. It's a Prime.
Ooh, yeah. No, just like as soon as I've got everything I need to
network, access code, tappy tap.
Tweaky. Damn it.
If Commander needs crash,
spawn all. Yes. Yes. Right. Let's head on back to that system, because I know that I'm at least cordial with some of the factions in this one next door. So, DJ's saying 61 hours is faster to craft a new one. Yeah, it probably would be to gather all the required materials and whatnot.
Not to mention the price of transferring it back as well.
Yeah, but I did leave it out there because I thought if I ever head back out there with a really big ship again, then I'll probably use it, and I might as well. I did have a couple of mods on it. It's not it's got a couple of good rolls on it.
Yeah.
So it's not a bad little thing, but I love the fact that you can store those things away, and that's what I did on the Federal gunship. Was I had the Class A in my Asp Bessie, bless her. Served me well. You should see the paint job on Bessie now. It's absolutely wrecked. Been all over the place. But yeah, so I swapped out the Class A in that, the 5A in that, and put it into the Federal gunship because it's the same size. And I was like, that's absolutely fantastic. You can just mix and match and swap. That's brilliant. Love it.
Is Bessie's paint job at 0%?
It is. Yes, it's totally wrecked. Yes. Gotta do it.
Beautiful.
A little. What's Prime 9 saying he doesn't have access, but Mike said he can drop in. you troll. You'd love to as well.
It's a water world, damn it.
What's that? You got a Costner?
I've got two. I've got one which is 795 light years and one which is 498,000 light years away.
So I'm still waiting for Nats. Where's Nats? Let's see if she's caught up with me on the Gal map. I can see lots of people around. There's Remclip, I can see. Daryl.
Apparently, if you change your paint job, it gets the actual wear of it. So if you're at 0%, that transfers to any new paint jobs you put on the ship.
Oh, does it? Oh, yes, yeah, because it just exchanges the
Yeah.
I have noticed that. I did give it another paint over, and I was like, still wrecked. It's like, well, I'm gonna leave it at that. It's like a badge of honor. It's like, on an explorer ship, it's like you expect it to be rough and ready.
It gives it character.
Max Ursa's in the chat. Greetings, Commander. How did everyone do in yesterday's CG? Yeah, we were just catching up. You managed to do 39 million in 10 minutes. Oh my goodness. Yeah, because of course that was the thing. You could just do the ship scans. And I know Scepter, I told him about it. He just literally landed and it just completed. In the time it took me to log on and say, hey guys, there's a community goal going on. If you want to get involved now. And it's like, it's done. So it's like, you know, it just crazy.
I bet a lot of people had those scans sitting there doing nothing.
I did, absolutely. Yeah, and you know,
like 20, 30, 40, 50 scans, and I'm at 50% already. Thank you very much.
Exactly, and that's what I did as well. So I think, well, I've got some of those. I'll head on over. It's a nice simple thing to do. I can just cache in these things that have been sat in my data panel for all this time, and you know, it's just a nice easy go on. Unfortunately, that's what everyone else did as well. Was that they just kind of cached them in. Starting to get some glitches on the stream. Let me just. Oh, it seems okay now. Yeah, and that's you know, unfortunately what everyone did. Everyone just kind of rushed in and just cashed them in. Fair enough. Oh, we got a bunch of commanders now in much bigger ships than me.
Ooh.
Because of course, I is in open, isn't I? Waiting for Nats to come along and kill war and scan me. Yes, Ian, nice to see you in the chat there, buddy. Yes, the Coriolis bobblehead, it does rotate on its axis as it's I love it. It's too much fun. Whoa, there's another commander coming in there. Pad number 6. There we are.
Getting crowded.
Lovely Corvette. Yeah, it is a little crowd in here. This is a popular station, and this is a high-tech system in Liangru area, and it is well stocked. It's got everything. So, popular system for people. Which is why I thought I'd start building up some faction rep here to get some discounts on some bits and pieces. Scepter was a little bit salty when that happened. Yeah. I can feel your pain. I've been, but I mean, I suppose this is a thing from these community goals. There's been several community goals that have happened whilst I was out in Colonia, and I've completely missed them. And I wanted to get involved, and they were over before I could get back and things like that. So it's like I've been on both sides of the fence. I don't think it's a big problem, you know, really to miss these ones. Of course, a couple of people are there raging because it's like, oh, I didn't get a chance to take part in things, but there'll be another community goal.
That's called life.
Yeah. Like, I would like to take part in every community goal, but I just don't have time to do every single one.
But you could do every single one anyway.
No, it's just crazy. Not simultaneously. I mean, the combat one that was just last week, the one from Paran, which is now completed. It was the combat one, and then there was the to protect the traders and trading one running at the same time. And then, of course, the combat one was done and dusted in like a couple of days, just whoosh, and then the trading one continued on a little bit longer because, you know, it's just based on the relative amounts of participation and interest in those kind of goals. And you always see that. You always see that with all the all the different community goals. So yeah, I mean, I don't think it's a big deal. You know, it's
no. There's UCGs every Thursday, pretty much, isn't there?
Exactly. So you're not really missing much by. Oh, no, there isn't another goal. Nope, there is nothing in this one. Primeline's logged in and changed it, hasn't he? I blame Prime. But yeah, it's another, you know, every week there's another community goal, so you're not really missing that much on it. And I think, you know, people were completely missing the point of it. And this was something I posted up in the thread, is saying, like, you know, it's a community goal. The clue is in the name. The fact that this succeeded is great. We've won, guys. Nice. Thanks for everyone who took part, and for everyone who didn't make it.
Tune in next week.
You got it for free. You know, it's like the goal succeeded, and you didn't need to do anything. You know, it's like, and I think when it comes down to it, what it boils down to really is the fact that people have missed out on what they perceive as a bonus that they could. It's like I could have made easy credits, and I missed out. That's what they're salty about. You know, that's the key thing. And I think, you know, it's people just need to be a little bit more honest about why they're mad about things. I don't think there's anything particularly wrong with the community goal, and as was stated in the thread, that I think Frontier just kind of underestimated exactly how popular it would be, and these things happen.
Hey,
But we has a new one. Let's go have a look at it on the mission board. It does have
you can shut down by using Starport services.
Sorry?
Shut down Starport services in the CG.
Exactly. Oh, yes. I'm just catching up now. So I might go over and do this one actually, because I can get over to Ramta in the wherever he is in the mean system. Fully stocked, nice and simple. And again, what was it he wanted this? This was things I already had, I think.
So you must sign up as an active participant before delivering obelisk data types, alpha, beta, gamma, delta, and epsilon.
Let's have a check, because I have a whole bunch of these where I went over to the ruins and I kept them all.
Did you know something that we didn't?
I'm just a bit of a squirrel, and I like to collect everything. And I have a completely full data scans. 500, I know. I don't like throwing things away. And you know what? It completely bit me in my ass when I got high predicted for the first time, because I was in such a rush to do it. And I was like, brilliant! I could scan the wake and get the the unidentified wake, and I did that, and I scanned the ship, and then I looked on my data panel, and I didn't get the. So yeah, I know, stupid. So that bit me in the backside. So let's go ahead and sign up to that. I think I can rush over to that now.
Well, you've got loads to turn in.
I have quite a few to get over there, so I'm wondering. I think I should stay in the Adder and rush over in the little one, just because it's a great little ship.
Have you got your fuel scoop still?
I do have a fuel scoop, and actually, let's put a bigger fuel scoop on this, because I had the 3B on there, because again, like I said, I was sat there and I was working through. I was trying to figure out what was the most that my mate Bindle could get on his Adder for the same price, and we just kind of like exchanging notes. I was like, right, if you put that one in that one, get the biggest scoop that you can put on, and kind of doing that. And we just went off and I showed him a couple of new things again that he hadn't seen, like black holes and neutron stars and things like that, because he hadn't seen any of those things like that. And it was great, because at the time when we were chatting to the other guys on TeamSpeak, and I remarked, I said, isn't it fantastic? Like, we're all playing the same game, but we were all doing vastly different things.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's like a bunch of the guys who were like bounty hunting in a resource site. We were off exploring, and it was like serene. It was like complete opposite ends of the spectrum. And this game kind of satisfies all of those niches. So when I look at that, and I'm thinking, well, it's got something for everyone. So if
it does, doesn't it?
You just gotta find that thing that you like, I think. Yes. Prime 9's debating going shopping. Pizza delivery just one. Yeah, gotta have pizza. Go for pizza. Yeah. Set up a community goal for pizza. I'm sure everyone would jump on that one. Absolutely. Zaranil, sorry.
Delivered to Frontier Towers.
Exactly. Zaranil says, done well enough in the past and not going to get upset about other people doing well. See, that's exactly. It's like, these community goals, they come, they go. Game of the end. No, I have actually taken the time to go through, because I was so annoyed with so many silly little things happening with audio that I sat and went through and got some filter stuff set up properly and got it all cleaned up, so it should sound a lot better. I'm glad that you noticed that. That's great. Crash is a hoarder confirmed. Yes, absolutely. Royal Hank is in the chat. Greetings, Commander. Rightio, let's what was I doing? Chuck on a 3A fuel scoop quick.
Yes.
Just so I can scoop and run. Let's chuck that on there. And plot a route to the mean system.
Bit of a weird name, isn't it?
It's meanie. It's meanie.
Meanie.
Yeah.
Whoever to the bean system.
Whoever decided to put it there was a right meanie.
Yeah.
There we go. And of course, I am in open, so I'm going to get stream sniped or ganked by someone. You can guarantee it in a tiny little Adder. No, which is why I really don't give this stuff. I mean, I don't know what my rebuy is 62,000 credits. I'm like,
yeah, that's going to break your bank, isn't it?
Oh, I was going to say,
Sidewinder.
I can't even I can't even figure out how many 100,000 rebuys I can do on that.
Listen, 1.1 billion divided by 69,000 knots.
Carry the one. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot.
It's a lot, definitely.
I'd love to just take this into an active war zone now, just so you can just slow clap anyone who manages to destroy me. No weapons. There you go.
Yes. I'm defenseless. I have no shields. Shh. Oh, I'm dead.
Big man. Yes, big man.
EP.
Yeah, exactly. What's that Bitstorm saying? A hovercraft SRV? Who's saying things? What's this? Do I need to get out the banner?
The speculation alert. We know that there's new SRVs or the equivalent coming. We know that. We know there's new vehicles coming.
Do we?
Oh, we do. They've told us several times.
Is that
it's been in newsletters? I'm sure it has. It's been on live streams. Definitely. Okay. And we've got two on the vehicle hanger. I'm not going to 6-ton vehicle hanger and a 12-ton vehicle hanger.
Yeah, you got all these. Yeah, exactly. But yeah. And the fact that it's you get the additional menu to drill down into to get to the test buggy, but then
and the SRV we have now will fit in both hangars, the 6 and the 12.
Exactly. Yeah.
So what's the point of having a 12-ton if it will fit in the 6-ton? Future expansion. There in your face.
Yeah. I think this that's the funny thing sometimes is like when people ask these things, is like, oh, will this ever happen? Will that happen? I said, well, of course it will. I can't tell you when these things are going to happen. I don't know exactly what, but I think it's pretty obvious when you look at these things. It's like, yes, there will be these expansions, there will be these things, and the whole high prediction thing. I didn't know for certain where or when it was going to happen. I was absolutely positive people were going to start getting high predicted. I knew it was going to happen.
Yeah.
And
you didn't know the how or the where.
I didn't know the how or the where. Yeah, and I didn't know the exact details of it, but I knew it was going to happen. And a lot of that, but a lot of that was just down to the fact that it's like, well, look at what's happened in previous games, and everything we've seen in Elite Dangerous has just been kind of building up those baselines to reintroduce any of those things which are missing from the earlier games, whilst layering on all of the new stuff which is going in. So it's fairly obvious when you look at it. If you want an idea of what's coming in the future, look at the past. I've said that a few times, but it is absolutely true. And hopefully, at some point, that means we might see the crate.
Panther Clipper.
I'd have to get one just for nostalgia's sake, even if it's so ridiculously unwieldy and you can't do anything with it other than land on planetary sites and things like that. It's a completely terrible kind of ship overall. I'm just going to get one anyway. I don't care how expensive it is. Got to get one.
Engineer mod it and you'll buy.
Scepter's just going to try and interdict me as well. Priman says he still wants to mess around behind the scenes to make a holder with near infinite hard points and fly around to troll people. Oh, you've got to do that in a beta. In a beta, yeah. Get into a beta and do that just for a joke. And Bindle, greetings, Commander. Nice to see you there, buddy. Huggy Monster would like a jetpack. Yeah, see, things like that. That's what I love about just extrapolating out.
First person. There's so many things that Frontier can do with first person, and not just have it as like pew pew daka pew pew. Oh my god, you're dead. Capture the flag.
yeah. I mean, I think we said it last week. We were kind of like speculating about what's coming down the road in 2017 and stuff like that. And and I was saying the things like the skimmers you see on the surface and stuff like that. You can imagine them being a one-man vehicle that you sit in, and control like a little short-range thing. DJ is just saying Mamba. Yeah, I would love to see all of the things, all of the original ships come back in some form, even if they weren't flyable. Just showing up as kind of references and things.
How big's that to-do list now?
It's probably grown actually, which is the problem. Is like as soon as they introduce one feature, there's 3 more features that enables. It's just it's a never-ending cycle. but yeah, I mean, when I was talking to one of the guys about the future possibilities, like weather effects and gravity and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, it was that initial kind of like, oh yeah, that's really cool, and then it was that kind of look of fear, which is like, that's a lot of work to get all this done. It's like, I'm sorry.
All the gravity on the planet.
Different gravities, different pressures, different temperature ranges. You know, just the atmospheric conditions alone. There's so many variations you can do.
The weather modelling.
Yeah, exactly. And people, you know, whenever you say atmospheres to people, they always think Earth-like worlds. That's all they think of.
Yes.
They think
Yeah.
atmosphere planet. It has to be like a jungle planet, or you know, or you know, something with oxygen.
Ammonia worlds.
Yeah, ammonia worlds, methane-based
worlds.
atmosphere. Exactly.
Argon
sulfur.
worlds.
Yeah, exactly. All of these different variations. You could have different layers in the densities of the materials in the atmospheres and stuff like that. So you could have like something where you have like a.
Does it rain? Does it snow? Does it snow metal?
Exactly, it could be like silicate-based and atmosphere, and you kind of like, you know, you could like silicate snow and things like that. Different densities, things will kind of freeze at crazy pressure pressures and temperature ranges and things like that. So. It's just mind-blowing. There's so many possibilities.
What about oxidation of the ship? It's a ship. Can the ship oxidize?
Exactly. Yeah. You know, could you get corrosive damage? I mean, what happens if you kind
acid rain, etc.
Exactly. You know, you kind of hit these like layers in an atmosphere with different densities, and you get like a bow shock. You know, which kind of can cause you to
different handling characteristics of the ship. You go. Would you have to be wearing all your shoes to make yourself more aerodynamically stable as you fly through the upper atropspheres and the troposphere and the ionosphere and things like that?
And then suddenly those ship kits are completely useful.
I'm supposed to be saying, "Will they shut up? Will they shut up?"
Brian Ryan's going, "No, bang!" Just see the to-do list growing. The more speed. But I mean, it's cool to speculate and kind of, you know, extrapolate what possibly. And of course, not everything can make it. And I think that's the important thing is when you go back and look.
That balance isn't there.
Yeah, you've got to do something. And I mean, if they did absolutely everything that was possible in there and made the most perfect simulation, and, you know, sorry, what did I miss on there?
He says, I think the list of features required just made my head explode.
Yeah, sorry. That is the fan base you have, unfortunately. You know, that's the crazy thing. And I noticed that. I mean, back in the Kickstarter days and stuff, that's exactly what people are like. Everyone was like so hyped about the potential and the possibility, and they're just coming up with this crazy thing. And every time there was a DDF topic, it would start with that one little nugget of information, and it would explode into a million posts, and like everyone would like come up with every possible angle and alternative. And you know, like things like the wanting the stowaways on getting in your cargo bay, so you know cargo would need to be loaded in real time and all that kind of stuff, and you know all these crazy ideas.
Can you imagine waiting for like 700 tons of cargo to be loaded?
700
I've got a to do. I can't wait around.
You can imagine filling up.
It'll be another 4 hours. 4 hours? I should have been left 2 hours ago.
Imagine filling up your cutter and it's like that'll be ready tomorrow for you, mate. Do you want to leave it on the pad? You know.
Hang on a minute. This doesn't match the cargo manifest. I can't accept these. This is substandard parts. This is substandard goods. Look, that one's leaking. Well, it's all we've got in stock, mate. We'll take it or leave. Well, no, I can't have that on board. It would just be.
And as much as, I mean, there's all fantastic ideas, and they lead to these kind of like these interesting stories and possibilities and stuff. But
that's it.
The balance is
gameplay.
Exactly. That's the key thing. If it's not fun, there's no point doing it. There was a lot of things that were built early on that just seemed like the good idea, you know, to do it that way. But then when the guys tried it, it just didn't work. It wasn't fun. Yeah. So
I get you. People come and say, "Oh, what's the best tip you can give for me? What tips have you got for the game?" Simple tip: have fun.
Yeah. Do what you want to do. You know, and that's
find something you enjoy and have fun.
Yeah, and that's the thing that people just miss. You know, they're kind of like, but what do I do? You know, what's the point? What, you know, where do I go? Why, you know, and it's that expectation that's been drilled into everyone's head for the last couple of decades that the game should lead you and the game should you know, point you in the direction. You know, press E to enjoy. You know, it's that kind of mentality which has just been drilled into us. And it's like, but we never had
it just
that.
gives you, here's a map.
Yeah.
Where should I go? Well, here's a map.
Yeah.
But what should I do? Well, here's a map.
Yeah. Go.
Find your own path.
Here's a spaceship. Here's 100 credits. Get on with it.
Off you go.
Do what you want. Do what you want. Absolutely. The was it mechanic looks at your mangled ass, sucks his breath in his teeth and says, "Oh, that's going to cost you, mate. It's going to take days to fix that."
Yeah, I can't get a parts till next Tuesday. Yeah, we're out of stock, unfortunately.
On back order from Colonia. Sorry.
I've got to go. I've got something in the office I need to deal with. I'll see you next Tuesday.
You can imagine it. And that's the point where you've got to draw the line down with what's the fun and like the believable, realistic simulation.
Yeah. How much will people put up with on the realism scale if it impacts their ability to have fun playing the game they choose to play?
Yeah, I see.
It's a difficult balance.
Yeah, absolutely. This is probably the most difficult game to balance I can imagine, because it's just this.
People say to me, "Is this game fun?" What's your definition of fun?
Exactly. Yeah. and I think the fact that it covers so many bases is like it can be fun for so many different people with different genres as preferences and things like that. As Prime said that, it's weird. I know a lot of people who like Elite, but very, very few of them can actually say why they like it in a succinct way.
That's a fair point.
What's the most succinct way I could put it? I suppose it's like freedom.
That's exactly what I was thinking of.
Yeah,
it's the freedom.
I can do what I want. I can be who I want.
I can go where I want, when I want, how I want, with whom I want.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. It's that freedom it gives you to just look. Here's a galaxy. Here's a spaceship. Have fun.
Just go. Yep, that's it. Go. I'm not going to tell you how. I'm not going to tell you what.
No, that's it. Yeah.
That's what I love about it. And that's where you end up with stupid things like,
yes,
destruction derbies.
Yeah. We'll go with the great
man. Yeah. So, neither of us are reading off a teleprompter.
No, this is not scripted in any way, shape or form. Dib, dob, honest governor.
TM. DJ says, simple way I like it, nostalgia. Yeah, there's an element of that from it as well. Absolutely. Here we go, right, mission board, and this is the interesting thing. Actually, a lot of people didn't realise when they were talking about this on the forum is that there is a science and research contact.
Is there really?
Which a lot of people didn't notice. Got kind of slipped into the 2.2 update, just appeared in the background. Again, another one of those little things there is kind of like further expanding the menu. So it's like when you see things. I mean, I love things like this. Is like the fact that there's a gap here, so there could be more contacts, more things. It's just future expansion. It's always a good thing. For Snoz, it's the people. Oh yes, Snoz, we love you too. It is. No, it is a fantastic.
We love Alvin more.
Granted, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's right. I mean, that was the thing that really kind of kicked it off from the beginning for me was the community kind of spirit and everything behind the game is just absolutely fantastic. What is DJ putting? I know what that is. I'm not going to repeat what that is, but I know what that is.
Oh, is this what you told me about the other day?
Yeah. This is the little code thing. So I do actually have the. I mean, if no one minds spoilers, I do actually have the decoded data on the game. I can bring that up. But yeah, that was a lovely little thing from Dav's live stream, which I think that was the next thing on the.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I would love to see more live streams like that.
I would. I really would. Yes, definitely. Yeah, with other devs as well, not just Dav.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Just that kind of the breakdown, the kind of just going through all of the things. I mean, the diagrams explaining all of the elements and stuff like that. Absolutely fantastic. DJ, what's he doing? He's doing more. He's got an encoder somewhere, and he's converting. He's got one. He's just converting a whole bunch of stuff. I'll check out his messages in a minute. They nicked the idea from the trackers, though. Did they? Not terrible. It was a nice little nod, though. So so in case anyone missed it, Dav did the live stream this week, and a little spoiler at the end. Put one of these secret pieces of code in there, and it's in one of my favourite esoteric languages, which I could talk for hours about, but I won't bore you. And it's great. It's a great little programming language. And he hid it away, and it was in the
hamster,
the little hamster picture, and it was, what was the name of the system? Something
weird, wasn't it?
Thoth with a T, a Thoth A1. and had a little secret, and I tweeted it out, a little secret beacon there. I'm going to go ahead and put it up on the...
Yeah. Wasn't it a response to a message that they got from Hutton Truckers?
I believe so. There's an element of that on there.
I saw the tweet.
Nice little thing on there. So yeah, so
a little interplay between people. So yeah,
there's on there.
It's good. I like it. It's fun.
Karakinis in there. Do you have any idea when Multi-Crew came out with the speculation? That's just because we intend to go out exploring again before 2.3, but we fear of being without crew. So then someone will ask for exploration data in search of worlds suitable for gories. Yeah, I have some already. I don't know the exact date of 2.3. I think it's gonna. I don't think anyone does.
It's gonna be before Q2 because, or before the PS4 launch, hasn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the PS4 I think is simultaneously launching with 2.3 and all those elements going in there. So
it's got to be, in that case, like Q2, which mostly means we might get the. Depends if they make it an exclusive PS4 launch. And they don't beat it, which I think they wouldn't. I think they'd have to. They're going to beat it, so it's going to be sort of like March, I reckon, for the beta. But a speculation alert.
Yeah, speculation. Beep. Let's put that up. Snoz has confirmed. Yeah, that was the dog tags. The secret little thing that he sent, isn't it? Yeah, absolutely. I'll go a little bit from Scepter there. So what makes it fun for him is the ability to impact the world. You can decide to help that group or screw another group over, and the possibility to make a decision of who will win a civil war or not. Yeah, and that's one of the great things. Everyone's always saying is like background simulation. It's having that kind of just. Even though you're just a small part, a small cog in the machine, having that impact on it is absolutely something which I always wanted in the earlier games, and that's fantastic to see. Such an underrated thing, but it's like most great things about games. It's like when they're so transparent, you don't even realise they're happening.
That's right.
Those are some of the best things.
And you can fight for both sides in a war as well if you want to.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and kind of just play the system. Absolutely. Funny thing was there was in-game stuff with the code as well. Was there more stuff in there? Well, I know you had this one here on the decaying beacon, and you had the transport Lacon Baker Gamma Sierra BGS, which I was like, nice. I like that on there. So when you do go down to the planet and find it, there's the crashed remains of a ship on there, and I like this one. 419 units. Historical novels, secrets of simulating backgrounds.
Yes. A nice little nod there. Yes.
Oh, I love it. I love Easter eggs like that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it doesn't do anything with the game. It's just a bit of fun.
It is. It's absolutely excellent. I love things like that. It's brilliant.
It's good. It's good.
Oh, I got the ancient ruins. Yes, I know I can do that, Mr. Ramton. Now, where does that put me on the next community goal? It's gone straight into tier 2 now. Crikey.
So yours in if you haven't already.
Oh, I thought I did, but it's still showing me insufficient contribution. Does that just need refreshing?
Definitely turn them all in?
Yeah. Please tell me I didn't turn them into the wrong place.
Oopsies.
I do have to turn them in here, don't I? Did Crash not read the text? Yeah, there you go. It just took a while to refresh. It was like,
that's right. For you.
There we go. Panic over. Yeah, I'm terrible for that. I must admit, I am absolutely terrible. It's always. I've always been like it as well. I remember in World of Warcraft, and I was playing with my friend for the first time, and I was like click through the dialogues, and I was like, right, what do I do next? It's like, well, what did he tell you to go fetch?
I was like, that.
10 rat's tails or something. Yeah, but what type of rat's tails? I don't know. I didn't read that. There's like detail. It's all in there. Oops. Soon TM for the multi-crew. Yeah, we'll just go with soon.
I'm just really curious how it's going to work.
Yeah, I mean, like Karakino was saying there, is that kind of that fear that going out and exploring and then not being able to meet up with your friends to do multi-crew. It's like if you go multi-crew when you go exploring, and that's like, but your friend wants to go back and you don't want to go back. And
well, I mean, if we dock at a station and you come aboard my ship, and I go 20,000 light years out, and I log off, what happens to you?
Exactly.
What would you do? If you can't immediately catapult back to the last station we docked at, that would be just...
That's right.
Could you imagine
You're just flying. Yeah, you're flying along a super cruise like that, and then suddenly the whole ship disappears, and I'm just left there floating at twice the speed of light. Yeah.
I've got no oxygen. My member's going to run out. But yeah, if it's, I hope it's not telepresence.
Yeah, that's what Laverick and Bitstorm are saying in the chat there, and it's like I kind of see that being the only real solution to that problem. But
it's not multi-crew, then, is it?
Yeah, it's
just like someone sort of sitting there with like a drone pilot
and wave you.
And how far can you do the telepresence? So do you have to be sitting in a station? Can you be in a ship? What happens to your ship if is it like the ship launch fighter?
How does it? Yeah.
The logistics of it just like maybe go
Yeah, and that's the bit which becomes a real pain in the backside, because I wouldn't want that restriction of having to be in a station so that I could crew up with you, because that just feels like a bit of a pain. So like, if you're on one side of the galaxy, I'm on the other side of the galaxy, and I just want to team up with you and have a bit of a laugh at one point. It's like I don't want to have to dock to kind of. It's just. I don't know how you do. Someone get towed about. Nice. And that comes back to that balance, doesn't it? It's like, how do you balance it so it's believable enough that you're not you don't feel completely detracted.
It's in the latest trailers. It's got two people on
walking
the bridge
around.
Of the ship,
they've got
standing next to each other, which does give the maybe mistaken impression that multi-crew is going to be you're physically on the ship with that person.
Yeah.
So it's I don't envy Frontier at all. I really don't. It's just these decisions must be sort of agonising in some cases, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And it's just trying to come up with a workable, as you say, believable
solution, which is
having it.
Which is also flexible enough to not be a complete and utter bind, Which is when you look at things like the magic death teleportation which occurs at the moment, nobody complains about. Yeah, your escape pod has an amazing hyperdrive technology, which is better even than these new things which have started appearing.
Stargrades.
What?
Stargrades.
You think so?
Stargrades.
I mean, it
Stargrades.
Walks like a Thargoid, it quacks like a Thargoid.
Exactly, it's a Thargoid. It smells like a Thargoid.
It's an SRV toad.
You have to some degree, have a suspension of disbelief playing a computer game.
Yeah.
Unless you're playing Microsoft Flight Sim X or something of that ilk.
Yeah. Which has got the... It's tricky. I wouldn't like to be figuring it out. It's... I want it to have all of these cool things in, but it's like, Whee! Commander Icefire, greetings, Commander! Oh, that's a lovely looking asp there. I like that. Oh, I'm getting a loitering warning here.
Always got the spoilers.
Got the spoiler out.
Spoilers. Warnings may contain spoilers.
Many spoilers. That's right. We need a second banner for spoilers. Thank you for that. Thank you for that early warning there. I just got from someone. Thank you. Wiz Wonders there saying, is this a Star Talk or something like the one hosted by Neil deGrasse Tyson? I don't think we're anywhere near the intellectual level of Mr. Tyson, but no, I mean it's just a nice conceptual speculation about what's coming up in the game in the future. Many possibilities. What's it saying? Season 4 or 5 might be atmospherics. DJ's saying there. Zaranils, that's it, add a galactic taxi service. I mean, that's kind of what your escape pod does, isn't it? It's just
that's it. I mean, I've said before that atmospherics and atmospheric life won't come around until the average home consumer's PC is a lot more powerful than it is now.
Yeah.
It's a graphic chip and CPU power, because doing that effects, they could mostly do it now, but it wouldn't be very good.
And it would be completely capped by your power of your machine, wouldn't it?
Exactly. You know, I mean, look at how Horizons with just the non-atmospheric planets has come along over like 3 or 4 updates.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
it's
it's
incrementally improved. Yeah, and and that goes back to some of the stuff that David was saying on the Christmas live stream, or hinting at on the Christmas live stream about like the caves and things like that everyone's kind of speculating might actually show up in a
That's it.
version soon.
I mean, you know, they've done work with Planet Coaster with that awesome terrain modelling tool. It's just phenomenal how cool that is.
Lovely voxels.
Yeah, exactly. You know, if they applied that to the elite side of the Cobra engine to generate that sort of features on a planet, which is going to obviously be static, but then you've got to have all that information stored on the exploration database instead of Forge. And then you're going down. Rather than it being like a flat, 2D environment, you've got to have that 3D environment because you can go down as well as go.
Exactly. Yeah.
That level of complexity goes up a factor.
Yeah, absolutely crazy on there. Telegraph saying his personal wish would be support for guilds and player bases. Seems like something a lot of players want. I think there's a call for that by a certain contingent. Definitely, there's a lot of people saying that. How do you handle
player bases? We've got across open, solo, private.
There's been some good threads on the forum talking about that, and I think they kind of touch on some of the similar things that I've said before. Is that idea that you could go to a station, you could buy like beacon limpets, which would say claim a plot of land, let you fire that beacon onto the surface of a planet, and that becomes your claim. And then there's like a 24-hour countdown timer or something which says a construction ship will be along in 24 hours to build that base there. And you could do that, and that kind of that leads to some interesting gameplay mechanics of things that you could do where someone could oppose you building on a particular planet because it's near one of their bases. They don't want you building it, sort of thing. So if they find out you're doing that, sorry, what did I miss on it?
You have to go to the local starport and put up a plan and notice. And you can have a commit. You have to have a town meeting. People can object to you.
Brilliant.
Yes, I've got an objection because if he builds this, it'll block out the sunlight onto my garden. Could you imagine it?
We're going to put a hyperspace bypass right through that.
Yeah,
there
exactly.
we go. I don't have any cargo, you stupid adder.
Oh, that'd be so funny if you had to sort of put out a plan of a mission and people could vote it up or down. Swipe right for yes.
I'm gonna get interdicted and blasted by an NPC.
4 pips to engine. Boost. Yes, you're being shot at.
Come on. Gotcha.
Oh, he's an adder.
High weight. Is it adder versus adder?
Yeah.
Sorry, Laveric's going to... If you want an in-game explanation for instant respawn after death, Frontier First Encounters had a storybook where they would reprint people and download their consciousness into bodies. Was that actually part of... Oh, crikey, I never read that part of... Because I know there was lots of like journals and stuff that came as part of First Encounters. Well, that's cool.
That Telegraph point there, it's kind of... Because... It doesn't matter whether it's solo, private, or open. It's still the same longitude, latitude, and coordinates on that particular location.
Yeah.
Once that's been set as being taken, that's what Interstellar falls to say. This location here, in this between blah and blah, is reserved for this player or this.
It could be put up at the same kind of tier in the. I mean, going on from some of the stuff that Dav was saying about the AWS talk and things like that.
Yes.
I need that link from that talk because it's a fantastic talk.
I gave it to you. It's in your Skype chat.
Did you just put it in the Skype chat? Thank you.
I did it on Tuesday.
Oh, I mean, I was going to say I'd share. I've seen it. I was going to say I'll share it for everyone in the chat if they haven't already seen it.
I'll find. I'll be the good guest.
Lovely. Thank you. But yeah, fantastic talk. He's talking about that. But that kind of thing was like that would go in at the tier of like the discovery data. So like when you go into the system map and you get the data for the system and who's discovered it and things like that. Obviously, that is aggregated out to everyone. at a level which everyone can see it at a certain time. So the timestamp, the longitude, latitude coordinates on the planet where that beacon is, the timestamp and all that kind of stuff would be aggregated out to the servers, and then after that 24-hour period it could invoke this kind of build event that's going to happen. So you'd have a construction ship hyper jump in like that, and everyone would see it in every instance because it's a timed event which is going to happen at a specific location. And then you could have factions which could oppose it. You could have like a mini conflict zone breaking out if they wanted to go against it, or they want to I'm getting warnings in game now. I can see it. Yeah, there's a few little green dots on their way in my direction. Yeah, I can see what you do like that. I wonder if I could take them on a wild goose chase around Barnard's Loop.
It's the same as how the first discoveries work.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
You fly into a system that you've never been to before, and you scan it. That information is cached temporarily, and it's not written to the Stellar Falls database until you actually go back and say sold, and it goes yes, you're the first person. Bing, then it updates the entry for that particular location with you being the first discoverer.
Yeah, so you can imagine it like it's like I suppose it's like a tree upside down sort of thing. It's like you've got multiple players going into an instance server, and you have multiple instance servers going up to the next layer of it, and things like that. So when you do that, it kind of goes up, it gets propagated up, and then it gets aggregated out to all of the instance servers, so all of the players are aware of that data when they pull upon it then. So there you go, got the link on there. Great link. Very technical, but well worth a watch.
It's well explained, and it's very interesting if you want to know how the BGS works, and how the instance it works, and how the actual server architecture is structured.
Yes, yeah, fantastic. That seems too much. Yeah, it's just, that's a flashback. It looks like all the dots converging on you on the frontier map. Yeah, I remember that. That was you see them coming, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Your scanner going beep beep beep. They're coming. Where are they? I can't see them. Right, they're in the ceiling.
Where can I hide? I'm trying to find somewhere I can hide, which would be really annoying. Try and find an anarchy system or something like that, so they can take me out. There we go. We might as well, because they're probably
don't make it easy for them. If they want to kill you, then they've got to take the consequences. Don't make it easy.
Oh, Snoz is off. Sorry, mate. Snoz.
Oh, bye, Snoz.
See you in the void, Commander. Let's.
If they want to murder
well, see, just looking at that, see, Mean is in a state of anarchy at the moment, so that's probably why they're. Let's get out of there. Go somewhere else.
Go to high sec. Oh dear.
Telegraph saying you don't think they should do seasons anymore due to the back. Yeah, it's one of those things like people just don't understand what they're trying to do with a season, isn't it? And that's what's caused the backlash in any way on that.
Most of us initially thought that the season was going to be a year because of the way they had given out the roadmap they had given for 2.2, 2.3, 2.4, whatever. It gave that impression, but obviously things change in development.
Yeah, exactly. And there's always a possibility of delay in any kind of thing. It's the fact that it's a continuous development model rather than a bang, here's 4 years and there's another game, and bang, 4 years. I don't
think there was any official acknowledgement that a season was in fact going to be a calendar year.
No, there was a lot of confusion. Yeah, a lot of confusion that it may be that, but no one ever actually specified what was going to be what. Which is a problem, and that's it's lessons learned, I suppose. You kind of look at that and you think, well, it's in the future we won't announce it like that. We won't announce a timeline or anything, which kind of makes sense, because if you make a timeline, everyone expects you to stick to that.
Exactly. They don't understand that sometimes through no fault of your own, it slips and you can't deliver at that particular time.
Yeah. Do I have screen shake? Yeah, I do have screen shake turned off, I believe, because of that with the head tracking as well and everything else that I normally have turned on. That's a bit too much.
That's one reason why I don't use head tracking anymore, especially on stream. Because if you're looking around, because you look at the other monitor for the chat, etc., or you look at this or that, it can get
yeah, it does on there. Yeah. It wasn't very clear that it wasn't a year. Yeah, that was a trouble. Horny greetings, Commander.
And season was only 3 months.
Well, yeah, technically.
Yeah. So every 3 months we get a new season. Okay, right.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Nah, I mean, I'm not worried what the update model becomes in the future. I mean, it's just the fact that you have the continuous things. I think it's just setting that boundary around it and saying that it's like you're going to get 4 major updates with 4 chunks of stuff in it.
Yeah. So
Prime 9's in lurk mode. He's taking notes. Let's see.
I bet you.
Yeah, he's taking notes.
It's the fact that they're still doing what they're going to be doing, and they've got their plan. They've got their 10 years worth of of development they want to do on the game at least. And you can, if you just look back over the last 2 years,
it's changed so much, hasn't it? Just from 1.0 up to 2.2.
Yeah. And the fact that we're still playing the game now, 2 years down the road.
Exactly.
Like
2,000 plus hours, and
So how much?
Not as many as you, Toad. Yes. Not that many.
I'm coming up on that. You know that thing I said about the other day?
Yeah.
You said, "Well, wait till then." According to it's 13 minutes away. Actually, no, it's actually a bit more than that. Actually, so it's about.
You're gonna tweet it out.
It's 20 minus 7 would be. It's about 14, 15 hours away before it ticks over.
I'll keep my eye out.
I don't know when it is because that stat doesn't update in real time.
No, it's a little bit. Yeah,
delay on it.
No, it is. A Captain Fluffy said, step 1, FDev makes up. Step 2, I give them money. Yeah. Exactly. Hence why I have these shiny new bobbleheads on my dashboard. Yeah.
I mean, they've adjusted the prices of the game and the expansion. And it's now you can buy both for the price of a AAA game. Well, actually, no, you can buy both for less than a AAA game's price.
Yeah, exactly. It's madness, but people will still say it's like, oh, but it hasn't got X, hence it's not my perception of what it should be, hence it's not worth that. It's like, value is a personal thing. If you don't think it's worth that value, it's like you don't have to buy it. Yeah,
if it doesn't meet your expectations, then that's fine. But then, what expectations did you have?
Exactly, and that's the thing. It's like if you want just this one small part, and it overlaps 80% of that you want, but then it's got all these other things that you can do. You can't really fault the game for not filling that extra 20% that you thought it would have. It's like do a little bit of research and just kind of
And it's so easy to do that now.
Yeah.
It was like 5 years ago. I mean, you didn't have Twitch, you didn't have YouTube as big as it was 5 years ago.
Yeah.
You didn't have all these Let's Plays. You didn't have all You could go to a Twitch stream and you can sort of sit and watch it and you can ask questions about, what's the game like? What's it? What can you do? What's it about? Oh, okay, and you can show people. It's just like it's great.
So sometimes it's a good thing that programmers make business decisions, is it? No,
is
it? You don't want it the other way around. Business people making programming decisions. Well, I don't think it works either way, does it? Really?
Exactly. The people who make business decisions make business, and programmers make programming decisions. And have the design team in the middle.
Exactly. Yeah. Shouting at everyone, exactly. Yeah. Everyone always hates the middleman. That's how it works.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Can you make this happen? Yes, we can make it happen. We need you to make this happen. We can't make it happen, but we told them we can make it happen. Well, we can't make it happen. You better tell them we can't make it happen. They need more time to make it happen. We can't make it happen.
Make it happen a different way.
Yeah. There is no other way to make it happen. Oh. Can you make it happen though? No.
Yeah. And round we go.
Yeah, exactly. This isn't the design spec we gave you. We changed it.
But and it's already changed. Dragon in the chat. Greetings, Commander. Dark Matter Generator. When will FT give us a sneak peek of 2.3? I wish I knew.
TM.
Soon.
You won't. I mean, once they start advertising it on the newsletters with the live streams with Ed and everybody, then we know it's going to be within the next 3 weeks, 4 weeks tops.
Yeah. there's a certain amount. It's just kind of making sure it's 100% ready to go, isn't it? It's the thing. You don't announce something before you're ready to do it.
They want to do it. They want to get as good as they can get it before we get out of grab a little balls on it and break it.
Which will happen. Will happen.
Oh, of course it will. Cool.
But there we go. There we go. So yes, on the subject of newsletters, let's get back onto the elements on there. We were talking about the stuff from Dav's live stream, which I'm going to call a loading screen gate.
Oh God!
Oh, bless him.
I don't think Dav realised that what those two words would cause. Because anybody who's got a half a brain cell understands that they are loading screens. They may not understand why they're loading screens, but they understand it's a loading screen.
Exactly.
A very pretty loading screen, but it's a loading screen nonetheless. And it's just
and maybe not in the traditional sense, because when people think of loading screen, they think of the traditional sort of thing. It's loading up all of the stuff in the back. It's doing this like loading. Maybe not loading from your hard drive, but and then Daz did say, I think there was a couple of key words that he said, which was waiting for a consistent state.
Yeah, that's it.
Which is
handshaking.
Exactly. I mean, that's maybe not a networking thing, but it's more like a synchronization between multiple clients and that kind of stuff. That's things that you don't really have control over on a server level.
And in an instance with 4 other people.
Exactly, and it's not necessarily anything you can do yourself. I mean, you can see that transition then was pretty much instantaneous.
Yeah, exactly. It's
2 seconds maybe.
I mean, what's your seamless?
Define
it's one of those
seamless
words, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, it's already been proven. When you look at some of the time lapses and stuff, I mean, there was that fantastic time lapse that the commander did, the Sidewinder on the surface of the planet with very low gravity, where he took off in normal space, didn't go to supercruise, and orbited around the entire planet with flight assist.
As it went underneath it,
exactly. Which proves it is entirely possible to do it completely seamlessly. The engine can do it, but these transitions you see are. Loading things, not necessarily from your hard drive, but in the different
that's why you can't fly between 2 star systems.
Exactly.
Because it needs that transition to actually pull the information from the stellar force to say, you're going to this system. Okay, here loads the system. It is done in milliseconds.
Exactly. Yeah, it's a world of it's a Dark Dragons. Yeah, just brought back the memories. On the subjects of loading screens with milliseconds, the Spectrum Elite loading screen.
Oh yes,
Spectrum.
And then it goes, and then halfway through, rewind.
Our tape loading error. No. There you go. Yeah. Or if, we couldn't afford it, so we had to sit there with the biro and take turns to spin it around, just kind of. There you go. Get the tape back. There we go. Like that. Yeah. Couldn't afford that. Had to. Didn't have fast forward. You have to flip the tape over and rewind it on the back to fast forward it, and then it just didn't have one of those fancy tape decks with multiple directions and all that kind of stuff on there. Cornish Cracker, you can handle the hyperspace, but dropping from supercruise can be hard. Well, yeah, I mean, I've seen it as well. I mean, I've seen some people have got some really bad transitions that have been recorded on YouTube and stuff like that. People have done bug reports and things.
But then it's like it's your how are you connected to your local router, or are you running on a wireless network? Are you behind on a switch which goes into a firewall, which is then going through a NATed router? What's your internet connection like? Is it like is it a really bad copper ADSL using satellite?
There's latency problems. Yeah, there's so many factors.
Australia or something like the Antarctic or something.
Yeah, I mean, to go with what Dad was saying, it's like, I know what he was saying. He was defending the argument. You see a lot of people complain that the servers are bad, which is like the stupid argument you see all the time. It's like, no, the servers are doing a fantastic job of keeping up with the ridiculous number of transactions and things which are going on daily. I mean, even Dav said he has no idea the number of instance handshake transactions and stuff that go on in a day.
It must be like billions almost.
It's crazy, yeah.
And
it's that stupid argument people are going to say, there's servers on there. It's like, no, it's nothing to do. It's a combination of all of those things. It's every single person, and he kind of elaborated on it a bit more, and I think people didn't actually pick up on some of the things he was saying. Was the fact that that you can have one person in that particular instance, and that will just balls it up for all of you.
Yeah.
You know, that will be
Because
the
you have
thing
to wait for the slowest person to respond.
to catch up. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. This week comes in like with packet latency.
Yeah. And it doesn't matter. I mean, you know, because people complain is that they say like, oh, it should be client-server model and stuff like that. And it's like, yeah, but in some situations that would be a heck of a lot worse. You know what I mean?
World of Warcraft.
Yeah, I mean, they use client-server things like that, and it's like, but people say, oh, you can have hundreds, but no, you can't have hundreds and
have you
hundreds
ever been
of
in
thousands.
iForge with 100 people in it or
Yeah,
more?
it's like
it goes to a halt.
It's absolutely impossible. You cannot do anything in there. You know what I mean? So, oh, what have I got here? We got a Sentry Skimmer. Right, I'm just taking it back. So I can see Super Matty Clark in there. So it's like da 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 da. I think it's gonna. So we got on there a suggestion: don't use P2P. Well, again, that's a common misconception. Everyone thinks that it's peer-to-peer, which is the bad thing. Like, no, actually, peer-to-peer, like Dav was saying in the stream, is only used for the very small, low latency things, like the instant, immediate. I need to know that you're firing your weapon, and in that case, peer-to-peer is absolutely the best network technology to use because it's instantaneous. Yeah, exactly. So two people in an instance is absolutely fantastic because it means I immediately get that notification straight to me in the quickest speed that UDP can send peer-to-peer, which is much quicker than TCP or any kind of client-server model. Cuts out the middleman. So it is absolutely the best thing to do it. And like Dav was saying, the stuff which is
less critical,
which can suffer some kind of latency and packet loss and things like that, will go to the server to be like transactional sort of updates and things like that, which makes absolute sense. It's not strictly peer-to-peer. It's hybrid. Yes, exactly. That's the word I was looking for. Yeah. And that's the key thing that people need to remember. It's like, you know, because everyone always comes in and they've always got a bright idea in their head that it's because of X. You know, it's thing X is the worst thing in the world, and you know, and it's like, yeah, but how many peer-to-peer systems have you built? How much experience do you have with building a model? Do you
understand anything about how networking works on that level?
Yeah. Yeah, when you look at it, the fact that, you know, Amazon invited Dav to come and do a talk on what they built on the model. I mean, if Amazon themselves turn around and thinks that, you know, you guys have done a fantastic job of building this hybrid tiered model on our platform, which has never happened like this before. It's like, if they think it's a good idea, and they want you to do a talk on it, then there's got to be some merit to that idea. Yeah, I think immediately poo-pooing it is kind of naive.
It's just silly.
What's that? So one big instance for the entire galaxy. I mean, it is kind of, in a way, one big instance, but of course, it has to get bubbled off so that, you know. I mean, that was great. Again, that goes back to those infographics that Dav did on the live stream where he kind of
islands.
They showed the islands on there, which is you know, we've all kind of heard about them before, but it was nice to see a visual thing, and that's trespass zone, Sentry Skimmer, oh crikey, naughty crash face.
Yes.
Of course, there's me thinking, I know, I'll be sneaky and I'll sit on the surface of a planet so they can't find me, but of course they can figure out my longitude and latitude. And,
well, they can do, yeah.
Run, buggy, run. Prime 9 said, if anyone takes one lesson away from the delay, loading, whatever, even if you think you know what the delay is, you're probably wrong. Yes, absolutely. Or at least you don't have the full story. Yeah, that's what I keep telling people over and over again. There's so much emphasis on people thinking they know the answer to the thing, and it's like, it's, you know, everyone's always got an idea in their head.
The most honest thing you can say is, I don't know.
It's like, yeah, exactly. Exactly. I mean, yes, there will.
I don't know how this works. Can you explain to me how it works, or you go look up how it works?
Exactly.
But being able to say, I don't know. Most people don't want to say that. They'd rather, you know, either keep quiet or they'll just come up with rubbish.
I'm gonna hide my position so that no one can find it. So I'm just gonna put my head over it. That's a good one. Thank you, DJ. Thank you for that. There you go. No, I can't sit in that position for too long. Good analogy, yes, thank you. People forget that programming is a big game of Jenga. Yeah, exactly. You pull one piece out and it all falls apart. Too many factors, yes. Vonatar! Greetings, Vonatar. What's that? Dark and Drag. Quick example of networking gameplay. You were on a Virgin train from Scotland to London with a PC. You play for 4 hours in VR with only 3 disconnects on a train.
Wowzers!
What on a laptop with VR? That's insane.
That's crazy.
That's absolutely mad.
Was that 4G?
It's got to be something. I mean, I know that it was. I mean, one of the moderators played it on a flight over to Greenland or something like that with like the airplane Wi-Fi.
Didn't someone play it on 3G as well?
Yeah, it's possible. I think David himself did it on a train with 3G.
Yeah.
It's just because you sit there in solo and you do it, and it's it
hardly uses any data.
Exactly.
If you do Control B, it will show you your bandwidth in and out, and if you change mode, you can see it jumps up relatively high depending on what mode you're in.
Exactly.
It's checking out the most data, and even then, it's still not putting out that much, all things considered.
No, I mean, if I put the bandwidth monitor on at the moment, I mean, absolute bare minimum bytes at the moment, virtually nothing going on. But I mean, again, all that kind of stuff. It's the occasional ping, the occasional transactional, right? Your fuel is now this, your fuel is now that, going up to the server, so that when I reload, it knows exactly how much fuel I had. Tells you hashtag you've done a mad dog, kind of thing. But
it's very,
it's very minimal. Yeah, it sits away
safe.
with it. Yeah, but then of course, as soon as you kick in and you've got the peer-to-peer connections coming in, it's a bit more.
Because you're receiving information from one person, 2 people, 10 people, 20 people.
Exactly.
You might only be sending 100k of data yourself, but if you've got another 10 people, that's another 100. That's 1,000k of data. It's just, it grows and grows and grows, which is why the peer-to-peer works well.
Yes,
because
exactly.
It's scalable.
Yeah,
it does it on the fly rather than having to have that fixed connectivity, that bandwidth that may not be being used, but you're still paying for it.
Yeah. It's crazy. I mean, why would you do it? And it makes perfect sense in the scale of the game, and what they're trying to do is the fact that you can have these massive environments where there could be large scale events going on with multiple players, but there can also be places like this, jack diddly squid going on, and means very, very minimal data connection, which I think it's a very clear use case for a hybrid model, which is what they've gone with. So I think there's a lot to be said as to why it's a good idea, I think.
I mean, has it got issues?
Well, yes.
Any networking model has issues.
Yeah, I don't think I have played an online game where I do not suffer disconnects or some kind of bugs or latency or laggy or seeing people jump around. It's like when again, hearing people complain about, it's like, I saw someone in Super Cruise and they were kind of hopping along, and you're seeing a little bit of jagginess and stuff like that. And it's like, well. Yeah, I see that in every. I mean, I see that in first-person shooters. It's it's
everywhere.
It gets hidden away because a lot of games will kind of do some kind of predictive work to kind of hide a lot of that latency problems and things like that. But in Super Cruise, it's not really that much of a big deal.
Does it really break your game that much that if someone's shooting, you go boink boink boink?
Yeah, it's a bucket job. I think
some other games out there.
Yeah, other games.
Other space-based games.
Yeah, with online components to them and things like that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and how sort of temperamental they can be with objects appearing and disappearing.
just random things.
Just random things. Just another random space game.
There we go. So, just quickly skim back through the newsletter because we've.
Yeah, but how often does it actually happen, Tarjan?
What's that? The player scanner, the Control B being exploited to find out when there's player traffic. Yeah, I've seen people talk about that and things. It's a bit of a pain, but then if you took the Control B away, they would have network monitoring software on there, seeing if there were active peer-to-peer connections and what the bandwidth you being used. Because I mean, at the end of the day, that's all they've really got there is that indication that there's a spike, and you can get third-party tools which gives them that as well. Take it out of the game and they'll do it third-party. Exactly the same argument with the voice comms and everything like that. Latency is very important when you PvP. Exactly, DJ, and that's why that's why peer-to-peer is
control everybody's connection.
Yeah. So exactly. That becomes a problem. Then it's like they don't have that authority over it. So you end up with these kind of issues where you can't control cheating in as much as you would want to in those kind of situations and stuff like that. So there's swings and roundabouts to it, and I think it's the best kind of balance of giving you a good gameplay experience whilst also not being so prohibitively expensive in terms of like the infrastructure you need, just like the performance and
charges in that case.
Yeah, I mean there's so many elements to it. Timer accent and networking in No Man's Sky is so bad you can't even see the other players. That is terrible. It's terrible.
Unless they've changed it. On Steam, it said single player.
As they crikey, did they put that on there?
Up until release, and even afterwards, it said single player on it. It never mentioned multiplayer on the Steam page. From whenever I looked at it.
Ooh, because I know it was on the back of the box, wasn't it?
Yes, but that was on some deluxe editions, and it was badged over.
Yeah, I did notice some of the pictures on there. People peeling the badges off, and look at that. Andy Pipkin, greetings, Commander. Yes, it is Toad in the chat on there. Spooky, is that a good one? Is that, any ideas how FD could speed up the development? More cash? A Kickstarter?
You can throw money at a project, but if you haven't got the resources to actually work on it, it doesn't matter. And also, have too many people working on a particular project can actually be to its detriment.
Yeah, and I mean, as much as I would like to see it quicker, definitely, I would also like to see it done well. It's that project management balance of doing it right or doing it fast. You have
it fast and broken, or slow and working.
Exactly. And there's always that kind of like push. Everyone wants more. They want the next thing. It's like 2.2 is literally only just came out in the last couple of weeks, and the only thing I ever see anyone talking about is
2.3.
When's 2.3 coming? When's 2.3 coming? You guarantee as soon as 2.3 hits, everyone's going to be asking about 2.4.
2.4 coming.
Yeah. So there's always a push for the more bigger.
It's not that they're sitting there waiting, working on 2.2. Oh, that's finished. Let's work on 2.3. Let's wait. No, okay, that's finished. 2.4. They've got multiple lines of development as they're going through.
Yeah.
It's not just one thing at a time.
Exactly. I mean, 3X, the season 3 stuff, is in progress right now. I do not doubt that. I mean, that's not me confirming anything. That's common sense.
But if you've got coders, artists, sound guys who have got nothing to do because that particular bit that they've done is complete and they're waiting for the next team to do their job so they can do their bit, what they're going to do, they're not going to sit there on their hands. They're going to do something. They're going to do other work. So they're going to come up with do things for the next update that's coming out, or the one after that possibly. It's they know what they're doing. They've been doing it for years. They're very good at what they do.
Yeah.
And it boils down to it. Otherwise they wouldn't be as successful as they are.
No.
Have a game on the was it in the top 5 global bestsellers on Steam for like 2 months.
Cha-ching. Absolutely.
Coaster.
Yes. Thank you very much.
It came out in November, and it was on the silver Steam Awards list for best-selling games of 2016.
In practically a month. 1 month.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Exactly. It's just such an achievement. It really is. It's just so good.
It just goes to show that its quality is much more important, to be honest.
Exactly. Yes, and it takes time.
Before they what's that? Dark and Jack said before they create content that can last a while. Well, this is something that we've spoken about this quite length, haven't we, Toad? Is the fact that there is no way, no matter what the size of the team is, what the budget is, and there is no way that Frontier could keep up the level of content required to satiate the appetite of the most voracious players. I think there's some players that are going to go out and they're going to absolutely muller every single aspect of the game as quickly as they can, and then sit there saying, what? Also, how many triple elite counts do you have now? I've got 2 different accounts.
I've got 2 main accounts, and I've got 80% to get a triple elite on the second one. On my rank, one more area to go.
Exactly. So I don't think there's anything that any company can do, no matter how big they are, to keep up with the level of work required.
Woof.
Superman, I don't think it's fair to say that. I mean, the QA team can't catch everything which is going to happen in the wild in all environments. It's not.
You write code. Doesn't matter what the code is. You give it to someone to test it, or a group of people to test it. They will test it within a certain framework.
and it's going
based upon certain constraints that they've got.
Yeah,
mainly time for one thing, and the fact that you can't think like other people. You can't think. Some people out there, like Tarjay, for example, he's really good at finding those weird bugs.
those one-off cases that just could not
I don't know how he does
reproduce.
it. But he finds these weird bugs. He replicates it. He then goes to Frontier and says, "By the way, guys, I found this." And that's all he does. He doesn't tell anybody how to do it. He just says, "I found a really weird bug the other day. I've logged it to Frontier," and then they go, "Oh yeah," and they fix it. So you can't account for people. Being
and there's
people.
There's always going to be things. I just noticed we have a mad dog in the house.
Did you not hear me go woof woof?
Woof. I see him.
Yeah, he's there. It's you generally in a testing environment, you're constrained by certain requirements.
Yeah.
For that testing, does it work? Yes. Does it work if you do this, isn't it? There's certain criteria they have to go through. I'm sure there is.
Yeah.
You can't account for everything. You'd be there for months otherwise.
Yeah, and with the best test cases in the world, there's still going to be things you miss, and the only realistic thing you can do is to turn around and take that on board, add it into future tests, and then it will it will slowly, incrementally get better. That's all you can really do. And there's nothing you can do to avoid bugs and issues and things like that. They will creeping no matter what you do. And you can test in every possible situation and have it absolutely perfect, and there'll still be those one use cases which kind of like the AMD bug early on, way back in the alpha.
The Super Cruise bug.
No, I was thinking of the planetary rendering.
Oh right, yeah.
So that was a common one, and everyone says like, "Oh, it's terrible that it won't render, blah blah blah," and it turned out to be that AMD didn't properly implement some particular kind of shader in a particular way on their drivers.
Yeah,
and
so they didn't know how to read it properly.
Exactly. So Elite was trying to use that like it would on any other card, like it's advertised that card supports at that level of of contingency. Someone else is trying to find me, I think. And it was just one of those things, and it was the game's terrible. The game's terrible. So like, well, no, actually, it's a combination of a lot of things, and it turns out to be driver support is not where it should be.
I mean, well, there's the old saying that no plan survives first contact with the enemy. But then, if you paraphrase that, no code survives first contact with the users. You can't account for everything.
Yeah, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Cornish Cracker saying, "Can you fix the SRP scanner?" I've noticed one or two problems with it. It's started to do some really strange things.
The good thing is, if you use both the scanner and the audio, you can still find it.
Yeah, if you listen to one and the other, no.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
Like you're saying, I mean, the Bertram goes for the mug, mug. But yeah, I mean, I think the key thing is to do is exactly like you're saying, like DJ does, is just notify them. You've seen a bug, give as much information as you can, give them adequate amount of time to actually investigate it and fix that thing, and just move on. There are going to be bugs in games. No game is perfect.
It's how they're dealt with and handled is the important thing. Yeah. That's the key to how does that company deal with those issues?
It makes me laugh. It's like when you see things like Fallout. It's like, it's game of the year. It's awards all over the place like that. It's like, how many Bethesda games come out on day one which are bug free?
Like a patch.
My goodness! It's like it's not a Bethesda launch unless characters are sliding through doors and things like that. You know what I mean?
I mean, like, when the Division was launched, I don't know if it was actually a bug or it was designed that way, but you could have a person blocking entrance to a room by standing there.
Oh, yeah, and it was...
You could block access to an NPC by standing in front of him.
Yeah, and it was a particular one that everyone needed to do to continue, and you'd have that one trolley guy who'd sit there doing exercises in the door.
And you'd have a queue of people waiting to line up to see this guy. It's just like, did they intend that? Was it an unintentional bug? Did no one think about clipping?
You just don't consider the things that people are going to do until you get it in a live environment.
Exactly.
What's that? Arms like noodles. Greetings. Nice to see you there, buddy. Testing environment constraints should be network and NAT only. A test environment, especially on AWS.
No, I don't agree with that. No, because
I don't know how you could do that. Yeah.
Then what about other things that they add in for the game? Are they just going to let it go out without any testing whatsoever? At least of the basic features they've added in? No.
No. And that's the problem. There's so many elements to it. I mean, for like a network specific stuff. I mean, it would be lovely if they could test all of the different. What's Remclep is he on his way? Where are they? They're gonna interdict me.
Oh
aren't
yeah,
they?
Ubisoft.
Oh, Ubisoft. Yeah.
How can we forget Ubisoft? We try, but we can't forget.
We do try to forget them on them. Yeah, but it's. I think it would be near on impossible for Frontier to kind of set it, because they've got things that are in AWS covers. So the instance servers are in AWS. I think they've got the local servers that they keep for like various like authentication stuff. I mean, and Dav himself said there was about 4 layers to the server model, wasn't there? So there's different things in different places. I don't think there's any way that in the Frontier office they can test all of the different possible home network configurations.
All the different routers you've got out there.
And I think
people have switches and all sorts. It's just it's impossible.
There we go. There's Remclep. I see him. There we go. But yeah, and I think it comes down to the what Dav said on the stream. A massive thank you to all of the guys in the Fuel Rats, which helped them test all of these things, and in working with Frontier to help solve these problems has made it better for everyone.
The data they need that they can't generate. And then there's obviously the keys we shall not be named.
Oh.
You know the keys I'm talking about.
Oh, sorry, someone getting into sorry. Yes, the secret. I'm going to go ahead and boom, press it. Oh, I pressed it. Naughty
you're going to get slapped for this. Yes, you will. Oh, that's was the secret keys. You pushed them.
Yes, yeah, and I think that did make me laugh. It's like Dav says, "Oh yeah, there's this secret key combination. It's great, and it allows us to debug things, and it's fantastic." And it's like, well, that's great. That's fantastic. Yeah,
you just told 1,200 people about the keys.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you just told over 1,000 people that.
I did love Ed's face on a couple of occasions in that live stream. It was.
It's like
it was a picture.
You could see it being drawn out of him, couldn't you?
Yeah, his face was a picture a few times.
I mean, that's the thing, is that balance between like that PR sort of stuff and like because a lot of people don't need to hear the exact background, honest to goodness, 100% raw truth, because they will go away and they will extrapolate and they will come up with bullshit and they will misinterpret it. Yeah, exactly.
They'll hear what they wanted to hear from
exactly, and they'll start blaming certain things. It's like he said it was a loading screen. Well, loading means loading from my hard drive, so and exactly,
I have an SSD drive.
Exactly. Yeah, so it should be better and stuff like that. That's okay. I knew it was a trap. It's okay. Thank you for the warning. Cheers, buddy.
It's a bit late now, isn't it?
I knew it was going to happen. It's like no. I had warnings. I had secret messages coming from an inside man. I have a man on the inside. But yeah, it's yes, it's my precious. Mad Dog, I do have both station bobbleheads, as you can see there. You can see.
He does. Yes.
I have the wireframe Coriolis, and I have the complete upgraded Coriolis, and you can see it reflects the colour of your HUD onto the things. Love it. Gotta love it. It's lovely. Available on the store now. Click the link below. There you go.
Crash.
There you go. Well, that's see, Prime 9. Thank you, Prime 9. We do have multiple interconnections to do online testing, but there's a limit to how many ISPs you can get to run cables to the same building. So it's like, what? You what, mate? No, you're already with Virgin. Nah, we're not going to put another line in. No.
Well, the thing is, if you can have an ADSL line / fibre line on a line. Then you can have a Virgin line if you've got Virgin in that area, which they have in Cambridge. Then you can have a lease line. But the leased lines invariably go over the BT network on the last mile anyway.
Exactly. Yeah.
Then you've got Vodafone, Virgin, and BT. They're the three bigs who do leased line services. So you're limited anyway to a large degree with network infrastructure anyway, with the people who can supply the kind of gear you want.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Oh.
Oh,
Remclip just killed Psycho K. Greetings, buddy.
No.
He won't do it again. He won't. Yeah. Yeah. You won't do it again because I'm leaving your wing. So no, you won't. You won't. And I'm going to run away.
When did they turn friendly fire on?
Friendly. I did that. Yeah, I was going to say wings never used to be able to fire on other wings, did they?
No, you could, but it just wouldn't do any damage.
No,
because you was attuned to the same frequencies, except your shield or whatever.
Yeah, hand
you can never do
wavy
any damage.
Yeah.
But that's been changed a while back since you can actually now do friendly fire.
Didn't notice when that changed, to be honest.
No.
So again, so many factors, so many elements. Is that telemarking with Kerrash Landing there? Oh, that would be a good thing, April 1st, yeah, make everything wireframe.
Oh, yeah. Can you imagine? The screams, the howls. Oh my god, my ship looks terrible! Welcome to 1984, kids.
Yeah. This is what we're used to. Yeah. Okay, kind of. They had to change it because of the healing beams. Yeah, I think that was.
Yeah.
When the engineers dropped with that, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. Just make sure you're in the right fire group and you know the rail guns, okay?
Gotta run away now. Where did I see if I can get back? We'll give it a go. They changed the Anaconda to the O version. Yeah, of course, because the wireframe skin for that is slightly different, isn't it? It doesn't follow the pattern of the original. Is that 6 FPS? Why are you getting 6 FPS, dog? Is that me? Not my end, is it?
No, he looks fine to me.
Seems to be okay.
I mean, I'm watching you, and you're only smooth as anything. So, #blame Mad Dog.
Okay, yeah, sounds like a plan. I like that.
Yeah, thought you were.
No, sorry, it's just on the BBC micro. Right, okay, yeah, 6 frames per second, yes.
Oh. Well,
Yeah.
if you'd have prefaced his statement with that, you would have avoided all the confusion. So it's still #blame Mad Dog.
Exactly. Yeah. Not being concise and explicit in the explanation.
Exactly. Pertinent information.
I could almost hear him swearing from here. Actually.
I actually can hear him swearing.
Okay. You know we love you. Yes,
There he goes. Do you see what I did on my stream the other day?
No. When was that?
Thursday.
No.
With my stats. I had how many jumps I've done, how many tons of fuel I've scooped, etc., etc. Well, I changed the wording on how much fuel I'd scooped.
Oh yes, I did see. Mad dogs avoided. Oh.
Somebody wasn't too happy.
I did notice the rage quit in the chat. Yeah.
Well, it wasn't so much the rage quit; it was what he called me.
Well, I won't repeat that, but yeah.
No, I wouldn't.
Brilliant, excellent. Oh, naughty dog! I'll get the rolled up newspaper out. I will.
Ooh. Take away the chew toy.
Yes, yeah. You go sit in the corner. Yeah. Brilliant. But yeah, it's just one of those things, isn't it? I think we're going to see. Always going to see people which I think are going to argue and complain that these things are not the way that they want them, things like that. But I don't think you're ever going to. I think trying to pander to people which are not going to enjoy it's just a waste of time. I think.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And then there's the accusations, oh, they're listening to only listen to these people, which is why these changes have happened. It's just like, oh, grow up.
Yeah, it's like,
Please grow up.
no, because they can fit this much work in a period of time, so they do this much, and then they do this much, and then they do this. And it's like, I think one of the most recent things I saw is like people saying, it's like, oh, there's nothing for explorers. It's like, well, just like, did you miss the planets being added in this season, or you know?
Have you missed the galaxy? It's a bit big. I know it sometimes could be hidden behind another galaxy or something, but there's a galaxy out there.
Yeah, and it's
what do you expect to be in there? You've got 400 billion star systems. You've got trillions of planets and moons. They can't all have something on them.
Exactly.
Most of them are going to be barren, lifeless hunks of rock.
Yeah. It's this crazy expectation. I think that people will just think that every single update is going to have an improvement for something that they like, and having that expectation is just completely unrealistic. I mean, you think there's like 2 million units sold on the game, and you know, it's like 2 million people with different tastes and opinions on what they want to see in the game and stuff like that. You're not going to have everything you want upgraded every version. It's just not going to happen. There's going to have to be areas of focus for each.
And these things are like developed months in advance. The discussion has to be, is this practical? Can we do this? Can we do that? What does it affect if we do that? How does it affect this? Which is coming in the next update. There's lots of just back and forth about things, and some things get cut or have to be delayed.
Yeah, absolutely.
As your favourite words, placeholder.
Yeah, absolutely, that's what it is. And you can start to see some of those placeholders are filling in now. I mean, Zarinel's just put in the chat there, she adds something like abandoned outpost to the game. DJ said that this, the ruins are just like the start of like the whole kind of archaeology sort of element to the game and the sort of things like that. So, you're starting to see some of these things that were placeholders are getting filled in with, these different interesting sort of patterns that you can do. And it will gradually flesh out with all these different things. People are kind of experiencing it at their own rate, and the fact that
that's it. Yeah,
it's as soon as the ruins are found, like everyone knows about it, and then you get this like flood of players going there,
which is good in a way, but it's bad in another. I think because it's like there's these things in the galaxy for people to find. Yeah. Sometimes the clues, the breadcrumbs are very obscure. Sometimes they're a bit more, easy to follow. But once they've been found, everybody knows about them. Yeah. Which is good because you go and see these things and you can experience them. But then it's like, oh, but what's there for me to find now? It kind of takes a little bit of that mystery out of it. I think
it's like only one person is going to be the first person to find it. And
that's it.
You can't complain that you're not the first person.
You can't have everyone be like you win at sports day, as Doug would love to say.
Yeah, exactly.
But hopefully over time there'll be user-generated content that happens as you're doing things. Like missions will pop up, you get distress signal or something that comes through that's unique to you. It's a little narrative that's you can either take it or leave it. Like the missions that start popping up, you get like a mission come through saying, "Oh, Commander, we need your help to do such and such." It's the start of that. Yeah. And if that gets built and developed, which hopefully it will do, that will lead to more enrichment for the player.
What's that student I should say? I was disappointed that tourist beacon was for an abandoned asteroid base was in empty space. Yeah, that's one of the things which is a little bit annoying at the moment. Is you just got these little things. Again, it's placeholder, isn't it? That's the thing. It's like there isn't the time to implement a full featured environment of that thing, so a placeholder is put in of just an abandoned thing. Later on down the line, more could be put in, I think we all signed up for this when on day one of the Kickstarter when we said this is the way the game's going to be done in this incremental development style, where it's going to be iteratively built on and more things will get better and better, and people forget the things which have got good enough to the point where it's people stop complaining about it. Anything which has got so good that no one wants anything more of it now, everyone forgets it's even there as a feature because it's and that's it's those things that people just push into the back of their mind and completely forget that they're even there.
That's it. You just how things have changed as time's gone on. We've got the engineers now. Look at the engineers and how much they've changed already in another, a little minor update. Commodities being removed because of player feedback. We've got 5 new engineers in now. It's good. I like it.
What's that? Okay, so just mentioning it. Scanning alien ruins as a counterpoint for there's nothing for explorers. Yeah, I mean, again, I think it's a grey area for that as well. It's like, define an explorer. What do you like doing as an explorer? Some people are quite happy with what was already there from day one with exploration. Other people want more. It comes out of that definition. It's like people always use that kind of like, there's no content. It's like, well, define what content is to you.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'll point you towards where there are examples of that in the game. And if you can come up with something which will fit into the game, then that's a great idea. Brilliant. Let's bring that in. Let's
because your idea of content doesn't exist at the moment doesn't mean to say it's not going to exist in next 6 months, a year, 2 years time.
I'm not sure. Did I miss a question there from Tuplex? And I was like, power play. I mean, I know a lot of people hit on power play as being like the ginger stepchild sort of thing. It's like nobody likes no. People do play on power play. There's
it's a different mechanic.
Exactly. There's whole sections on the forums where there's people talking in there regularly about what they're doing in the next cycle. Exactly. People do power play. Just because
if you don't like it. You have your reasons for this. Like, I don't like power play. And I've done it for nearly 20 weeks, so I know why I don't like it, but that doesn't preclude other people liking it.
So it says power play was not asked for the community. Well, neither were the engineers, neither was CQC, neither was
what people really forget is this is not our game.
I mean, whoa,
it's Frontier's game. They're making the game that they've wanted to make for ages, especially David.
Exactly.
We're along for the ride. If you don't like some of it, fine. If you like some of it, fine. But it's not the player's game, it's the Frontier's game. They're making it. Yes, they will take player feedback on board when appropriate, but it's not our game.
The important thing is like, that they're going to see the numbers, and there's no point shouting about it every single opportunity, which is what you often see. It's like, I think they're well aware that power play wasn't as well received as other elements in the game. So take that on board. We'll change it. We'll do something different.
Not bring up new features in case people don't like it.
Yeah, exactly. And then it becomes cookie cutter carbon copy of the 84 game with exactly everything that was in the 84 game, and then people will say, it doesn't really expand on the original very much.
That's it. So
damned if you do, damned if you don't, sort of benefit.
Exactly. You have to try things. Does everything successful? No, it's not going to be successful. CQC. I don't mind playing CQC with friends.
I enjoy it. Yeah, there's a lot of other people that I know play it regularly and really enjoy it. Just because someone doesn't like it doesn't mean that it should never have existed, and it's the worst thing that was ever created. That's a completely moot argument. It's like saying I don't like the shape of the adder. It should be more like the original one from Frontier. It's it's absolutely terrible that they've made
the eagle, the Imperial Eagle, and the Courier.
Exactly. They don't look like the original. That's terrible. They should remove that in the thing. And I think it's a silly argument. If you don't like that part of the game, you don't do it. You don't.
I mean, no one's forcing you to do something in the game at all. You don't have to do engineers. You don't have to do player play. You don't have to do trading. You don't have to do combat. You don't have to do mining. If you don't want to. Admittedly, there are some things like engineers. If you want to progress in engineers, you have to do some of the things like trading, mining, etc. But there are only very, very small amounts of things you have to do. And sometimes in life, you have to make sacrifices and do things you don't actually like to do. And it's the same in games.
Exactly. Malik says he loves CQC, be better with a lobby. Skip Rat saying as well. CQC in these rooms, league tables, things like that. Exactly. And but here's the thing. in order to have updates like that and have time spent on it, it needs to have player interest, and if the majority of players are constantly and incessantly complaining that it was a mistake and they shouldn't have done it, then there's never going to be any new maps or modes or updates or time or improvement. It's you know.
Yeah, I mean, if you enjoy a particular play style or mode of play, find like-minded people who enjoy it as well, and make groups up about it, organise activities around it. If you really enjoy that thing that much, make it something interesting for you and other people of a like ilk.
Yeah,
and then find to see that there's more activity on that thing, and they'll go, "Oh,
and go, oh, it's interesting." Yeah. It is. It is a chicken and egg scenario, isn't it? It's that's the thing which is always going to be the problem with any feature, not just that, but with any feature in the game. And it's trying to figure out which one of those features is going to be the best one to spend time on.
Yeah, this time round.
Exactly. Randomizing the spawns of the parrots. I kind of like the fact that you can time and figure out where the spawns of the power-ups are actually, Malik. I think that's a nice strategic element. And again, that becomes this kind of argument for and against whether something should change, you know.
Have you on alternate maps? You have new maps where the spawns are random. They're the same locations, but the actual thing that spawns in there can be random. Other maps are fixed. That way, get best of both worlds.
Yeah. I mean, I'd love to see all those things added in. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'd love to see it. I mean, I must admit, I don't really get involved in power play, but I don't scream about it, and I don't tell everyone the game is broken. You know, that's because like, oh my god, I just don't do it, and I see that there's people that find that appeal, and I'd like to do more, and I'd like it to be more involved. I'd like there to be some bigger consequences to joining one power play faction over another and stuff like that. I think more of that will eventually come at some point, because there's the possibility of more powers for various reasons and things coming into.
Well, there's up to 20. They said they could be powers.
Yeah.
I mean, you could go to down to 2 powers theoretically if there was enough activity.
Exactly. So I'd like to see some more focus on that. I'd like to have it, and it's kind of like that. It will hit that curve with any feature in there where it's just the right level of everything. It's kind of the Goldilocks point where it's suddenly becomes, it's like, right, that's really good, that hits the nail on the head, and then lots of people will start doing it. You know what I mean? It's like that with every single element of the game.
That's it. I mean, you can get good benefits out of power plays if you're willing to put the time and effort in for it. People have spent time going around getting to the rating 3 for 4 weeks, getting the special weapon or module, going to the next power. Just literally bounce the powers. And now you can store modules. They can just store they can get 3 drunken missile packs and store those in there, and they can get this in there. They can keep them, and then they don't go back to power plays again because they've got what they wanted out of it. Other people really get into the whole strategic element of the expansion and fortifying, in undermining, and the way they thrive on that.
It's like a game of Risk, isn't it? It's brilliant.
So it's giving a different aspect of the game, of that political intrigue, that strategy on a galactic scale, that you get like a 4X game almost.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh, there we go. I'm scanning this thing. I mean, I've been having great fun just going back and doing these missions. Like I said right at the start of the stream, I think it's like finding that niche, finding the thing in the game that you like doing it, and sticking to it. Doing.
Not necessarily sticking to it, but you do the thing you enjoy, you have fun doing. But sometimes it's good to try other things as well.
Yeah, a little bit of variation. Absolutely.
Yeah. Which is why I get so annoyed because I've got to go grind something.
It's like, well, don't do it then.
Why do you want to do this? I want to get such and such, and well, don't moan.
Just don't do it. Yeah, because it's every other game. Oh, I've got to grind on the raids tonight, lads. I've got to, I've got to get that plus 20 shoulder armor. It's oh god, such as like, but why?
Yeah,
well, because I've got to. Because
Yeah.
why? Because that's
Yeah,
what it boils down to. At the end of the day,
yes.
I want
Yeah.
this thing. I want.
Yeah.
I want game. I want to play. I want this.
Aye.
Well, there you go then.
Yeah, no.
I can see some activity over there, but
Ooh.
I will find out again.
Should we get to the bottom of the newsletter now?
It was 10 past. Oh, yes.
Because it's getting late and
we have ranted on. Yes,
Yeah.
but I think we've gone through most of it. I mean, we went through the live stream. That was the next bit. We had the community goals, which we did touch on as well. Actually, so I think we did cover most of the things in the newsletter. Actually, to be honest, so pretty much. Oh, there's another player down there. It's an anaconda.
oh,
I think he has the same thing that I do. Ooh. So that Mad Dog's offering me DLC now. I can buy that shoulder concept pictures for $750. Does Ashling count his shoulder armor?
what the blue haired tramp?
Yes. Ships have shoulders. Absolutely, Telegraph. Absolutely. Dear. But I think with this, there's some food for thought. I think, isn't it? It's just
for sure.
not get so wound up and salty about things.
Oh, it's just change your perspective on things. It's like when people go, "Oh, it's Monday, got to go to work." Just think, hang on, no, it's Monday. You've got less days to the weekend.
I always say that as well. The next
I've got
weekend is
4 days to
closer.
the weekend now. Yeah,
Exactly. There we
so
go.
just think, it's changing his perspective on what why are you doing this thing? What is the reason for doing what you this thing in the game? And then change how you think about it.
Yeah.
Oh, how do I get the bigger ship? Why do you want the bigger ship? Oh, because it's the bigger ship. Well,
You've only got yourself to blame for your own aggravation, haven't you?
exactly.
And I think
Exactly.
just chill. I think that's the message to take home. On that note, I think I will say thank you very much, Mr. FireyToad. It was lovely to have you come and chat.
It was my pleasure, my friend, and it's always lovely to come and hang out with you.
And thank you to everyone in the chat. I mean, hopefully we had a nice, honest discussion. I think it's nice to just get things out in the open and talk about things. And I think more of that going forward would be great. So thank you very much for the chat tonight. It was lovely to chat to you. And until next week, Commanders, see you in the void.